You may do these 5 things without thinking, but to your dog, they're completely irresistible. Some are weird, some are adorable, and one can even lead to your dog never ever wanting to leave your side. Number 5, letting them initiate affection. Dogs are like humans, not because they spend too much time watching YouTube videos when they should be working. Not including you, of course. You need to watch more, especially if they're made by me. But because they appreciate autonomy. Letting your dog approach you for affection rather than forcing it on them whenever you're in the mood for their time shows respect for their boundaries. Accepting their right to autonomy and consent is hugely important for all dogs, but it is extra true if your dog is shy, anxious, or has only recently been adopted by you. When you allow them to make the first move, whether it's a nudge for a pet, leaning against you, or curling up next to you, it makes them feel like they're in control. And by extension, that makes them feel safe. And if they feel safe with you, that will foster a deeper level of trust between them and you. And how is that not a good thing? Over time, dogs begin to associate you with comfort and emotional security, making them want to be near you more often. And how is that also not a big thing? This behavior signals to them that you're not just a provider, but a partner who respects their emotional needs. The result? Obsession in the sweetest possible way. There is arguably nothing better you can do for your dog than let them take charge of cuddle time. Well, no, feeding them is probably even better. And yes, more on that will be coming up later in the video. Number 4, talking to them in a silly voice. Now this is an odd one, but hear me out. That dumb voice that some people make when talking to their dog? The dumb voice that even you might do. That dumb voice you almost definitely do. Your dog loves that. And it may even be bolstering your dynamic with them, which may seem weird, because if anyone spoke to me like that, I would feel patronized and irritated. But apparently, it really does something for your dog. It might feel a bit silly or embarrassing, but talking to your dog in that high-pitched, affectionate tone, often called dog-directed speech by experts in all things canine, actually strengthens your bond. The research suggests that dogs are more attentive and responsive to this type of speech. It grabs their attention better than a metronome or adult-directed voice. And they have come to associate the exaggerated tone and goofy inflections with positive emotions. Probably because you tend to put on that voice to say something good, like, "You're a good dog." Nobody puts on that voice to break bad news. When you speak this way, you're essentially communicating in a language they understand. Emotionally rich, enthusiastic, and personal. Plus, it's a great way to reinforce their name and other commands in a non-threatening context by being a bit silly. And I have to say, it makes sense. We humans feel a lot safer around fellow humans who we can be silly with, who we can joke with, who we can be fun with. Just like how the more you joke with a friend, the more warmth you feel towards them, the more often you speak to your dog in that playful voice, the more they associate you with warmth, attention, and love. Dogs adore being the center of your emotional world, and putting on a goofy voice when you say, "Who's a good dog?" makes that crystal clear. Number 3, sharing your food, even when you shouldn't. There's a situation we are all far too familiar with. You're sitting at the dining table, enjoying a lovely dinner at the end of the day, but there is someone watching your every motion, like you're in the latest series of Big Brother, your dog. There they are, at your feet, patiently waiting for you to sneak them a little bit of your dinner. Even though you've already fed them theirs and more treats than you might see at Halloween. You know you shouldn't also give them a bite of your food. But they're looking at you with those big expectant eyes, and their ears are in that cute propped up pose. You are weak. You give in. You let them have a nibble from your plate. This isn't inherently a bad thing. In fact, shocking twist, it's quite a good thing, though you shouldn't do it too often. For that'll foster a dynamic where your dog feels entitled to eating some of your food all the time. And that's a problem. But in moderation, it's good to give them a nibble of your dinner. But not just because they're hungry, despite how much they've eaten already, but because the act of sharing your food taps into a primal bonding mechanism in all dogs. I've said it before on this channel, and I'll no doubt say it again. You can take the dog out of the wild, but you can't take the wild out of the dog. In the wild, sharing food is a sign of trust and inclusion in the pack. At home, when you let your dog have a tiny piece of your chicken or the last bite of your dragon fruit, you're communicating that they're part of your family unit. Not sure what meal has both chicken and dragon fruit in it, but hey, you get the gist. From their perspective, this is a major deal, which sounds like the name of a member of the military who loves a bargain, but that's not what I meant. It tells them that you're not just their guardian, you're their teammate, their provider, and most crucially of all, their friend. And if dogs are man's best friend, you should be a good friend right back. Of course, this behavior should be balanced with a strong understanding of canine nutrition. Don't let them eat your Easter eggs just because they looked at you. But from a bonding standpoint, it's like saying, "You matter to me," in the most delicious, calorie-rich way possible. Number 2, letting them sleep close to you. By sharing your food with your dog, it is not only the one thing that you can share with them to boost their obsession with you, sharing your bed will also do that. Whether you're a deep sleeper or someone who clings to the edge of the bed all night because your dog is sprawled out like royalty, co-sleeping is a big deal in the dog world. Again, it's all about how even centuries of domestication can't beat the wild instincts out of your dog. Dogs are pack animals. They always have been. They probably always will be, unless they get replaced by weird AI-generated VR dogs on the blockchain, or whatever other nonsense the tech industry might enforce upon us. Because of this, sleeping next to you satisfies a deep-rooted instinct for safety and social bonding. From their point of view, being invited into your bed is the ultimate show of trust and closeness. It tells them they're not just a pet. It's an official welcome to become part of your inner circle. This shared vulnerability, you're both unconscious after all, deepens the emotional connection. While some experts debate the pros and cons of letting your dog sleep in bed, there's no doubt that for many precious pups, it makes them feel incredibly loved and safe. And when a dog feels that level of acceptance, obsession naturally follows. So who cares what those experts think, who say it's bad? I want my gorgeous dog in the bed with me if it means they're going to be obsessed with me. Who wants a dog that isn't obsessed with them? That's not the point. Number 1, celebrating their gotcha day. There is something else I recommend doing, something that has proven to be worthwhile, but something that might seem a touch odd, and that's having a special day to celebrate your dog. This will really escalate their obsession with you, because it shows you have an obsession with them. Now sure, you should celebrate your dog each and every day. They're your dog after all. But we humans are made to feel extra special on our birthdays. It's nice to have a birthday. It's nice to have a day when we are the center of attention. Your dog is just the same. These moments where they are not just your best pal, but the epicenter of everything, helps them feel cherished and important, which fuels their desire to be near you and please you. You're not just the person who feeds them, you're the person who makes their life extra magical. And who doesn't want to be made to feel extra magical from time to time? Now, you probably don't know their birthday unless you were literally there at their birth, so what you can celebrate instead is their gotcha day, by which I mean the anniversary of the day you adopted them and folded them into your life. To be fair, to a dog, every day with you is a celebration, because you are great. But marking the anniversary of their adoption or arrival in your home takes it to another level. These special moments might involve a new toy, a dog-friendly cake, or a dedicated walk in their favorite park. While your dog doesn't understand dates exactly, they absolutely understand routines, attention, and positive experiences. When you go out of your way to make them feel like the center of your universe for even one extra special day, they notice. Your enthusiasm, extra cuddles, and the joy in your voice all create lasting emotional impressions. Do this year in and year out. time and time again, and your bond with them will deepen to the point that they are obsessed. The only thing your dog might love more than you is sunbathing. Want to know why? Watch this video next to find out.